David Moyes has said something really weird, really inconsistent, and he said something that I think if I was Maxwel Cornet, and maybe some other players as well, it would really get on my nerves, and I'd be looking at him thinking, "Come on, Gaffer, give me some consistency here." Look, I'm not here to dig out David Moyes particularly after this game. I think he's had a really, really good result against Tottenham. As I said, I think he got so much right in that game. And he was buzzing after the game, wasn't he? You've only got to go and look at the scenes when he was running around on the pitch and congratulating everyone. He carried the demeanour of a happy man. So he should. Look, we might have only started in ninth and finished in ninth, but it's given us a springboard, hasn't it, really, to sort of push on. I guess Newcastle losing has put them within touching distance. My word, it's even put Tottenham within touching distance. So he knows that Fulham is a really important game. And he was speaking ahead of the Fulham game, actually. And some of his words, I think, got lost on me, certainly, because they were sort of bundled in together with a load of jubilation, if you want. Let me just read you what he said. He said, "We're probably one of the clubs with the least amount of injuries." It's absolutely right, nothing wrong with saying that. He said, "We understand there'll be a period of time when it comes, meaning injuries." He said, "We lost two boys in Jarrod Bowen and Mikel Antonio during the international break. I will need to find ways of getting others on. But other players need to play themselves into the team and into form as well. They need to show us that I can put them in." And then he said, "We're playing these boys and I've got to see how they can keep playing. But I'm needing the other players to show me that when they're given the opportunity to show me their form. And we need to," you get what I'm saying? It's nonsense. It's not true. It's actually not true. He said, "I need to find ways of getting the other players on and they need to play themselves into form." The last two games, one substitute in the 87th minute. There's only one person that's had an opportunity to play himself into form, and that's Pablo Fornals, and he's had a handful of minutes to do it. I'm not overly criticising what he's doing in terms of the team he's picked as works, but anybody that saw Mohamed Kudus at the end of that game, actually never mind the end of that game, 70, 75 minutes onwards, there was a player who's knackered. I understand why he would be knackered, by the way. Apparently when he was on international duty with Ghana, he had a bad back, he'd flown all the way to Cormorant, he'd picked up a sickness bug or something, lots of it around, 16-hour flight. The guy looks absolutely shattered. And don't forget, in those first games back, he was the only one, wasn't he? He was the only one out of that attacking trio who came back and was able to play. So he was taking up a lot of the slack for Antonio and for Jarrod Bowen. The boy needs a rest. But these players who David Moyes is saying, these players who can work their way into form, well, they can't because you're not playing them. And I would argue that his messaging is false. Because if I was Maxwel Cornet listening to that, and that's just a transcript of what he said, I would be saying, I've done it, mate. I've done it. Look, we were struggling against Bacca Topola, seriously struggling. Maxwel Cornet got a bit of chance. And this is the point. It's like Fornals, you get this much chance to impress. Moyes talks about form. How can you have any form when you get thrown on with 10 minutes to go, right? But anyway, Maxwel Cornet didn't have much time to impress, and he did. He looked the best option we had out wide for the whole game. And he set up Thomas Souček's winner. It was such an important goal. It allowed us, it won us the game. It put us in driving position in the group, so much so that us winning that game meant we only had to draw against Freiburg in the final game to ensure that we topped the group. By topping the group, we missed the knockout stages. We played two less games. We go straight into the last 16. That's a really important goal. What he did was really important. You'd struggle to make a more impactful substitute performance. Everything he could have done, he did. Maxwel Cornet wasn't even in the squad against Tottenham. And I think if I were him, or number one of these players, I would think, well, we've had a go. We've tried. I didn't think Ben Johnson was bad. Has to be said. Didn't think Ben Johnson was bad when he played, by the way. And it's not, look, am I suggesting Ben Johnson should force his way ahead of Soufal at the moment? No, I'm not. But I just make the point to you that there are players who, when he plays them, they do something, they have an impact. That's what he's saying, have an impact. What about Obama? Okay, technically, was it his goal? No, but he forced the issue home. He really did. Give him a go. And I do wonder now, what he's saying to these players is play yourself into form. And then I will play you. Basically, you show me that you can do it and you get into the team. But by the same token, It's like he's saying, you walk through that door, but he's locked the door. It's a crazy, crazy thing to do. And I do wonder how he manages to keep the squad motivated, because it's one thing him saying it to us via the press. It's another thing entirely him giving that messaging to the players, because it would just be met with a blank response, wouldn't it? Let's be honest, an absolutely blank response. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you any longer. I just saw that. I saw that and I thought, wow, this is, looks like a load of rubbish. We've got a deal today for you. And the deal is today, good deal, actually. Really, really good deal today, I think. And it is a pack of Conference League winners beer mats. These are really good beer mats. They're actually double-sided. You've got a map of Prague on one side, then on the other side, basically, it's this on the other side. Really nice pack of beer mats. They're free when you spend over £60 in, £60 or over, not even over £60. Get £60 and a penny. You get a free pack of beer mats. It's 24 hours only, and if you manage to do that, get onto hammerschatstore.com. You can do a lot of your Christmas shopping. You're looking to buy something for a West Ham supporter. Go and have a look at that. If you do that, you get a free pack of beer mats. They're pretty cool. Actually, they're in my kitchen at the moment. Not the ones you're going to get, but I've got my own pack in the kitchen. I've got a neat little flicky trick that I do with them. It's like the like when people, it doesn't matter. Forget it. I ain't got time. I think my son has actually got a football match today. For those of you that were asking as well, I know I said I wouldn't do a little update every day. Baggy's looking a little bit better. Long term, it ain't great for him. He's perked up a little bit today. A lot of you said give him a stroke and all the rest of it. I have done. He had something to eat. First time he's eaten in 2 or 3 days. Late last night, he had a little bit of something to eat, which is always a good sign. Thank you for checking. I'm not going to keep doing updates on it, but I just thought you'd been kind enough to message me about it and stuff like that. So I just thought I'd let you know. Anyway, my son has got a quarter-final or a semi-final? My son's got a game today. Bucketing it down. We've got to drive over to Caversham? Something like that. Anyway, you have a good day. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.